He was like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And I turned the around, and I swear it took everything in me not to slap out of him.
If you're looking for a winner, looking for attention, looking for supreme, looking for a queen, just roll with me. If you're looking for a winner, looking for attention, looking for supreme.
It probably doesn't even show. Hey y'all, welcome back to another day with Shay. If you're new here, please be sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell. But if you're OG, if you're part of the Greenwood gang, what it do? How are you, boo boo? Okay, so y'all, first of all, okay y'all, so today I'm doing a story time on the time I put a restraining order on Lewis's dad. Sipped fucking tea. Before we start, I am the owner, CEO, well, damn. My name is LaShay.Greenwood, and I am the owner, founder, and CEO of The Main Attraction. It is an all-natural hair care, skincare, body care brand. So the link will be on the screen, LaShay.Greenwood.com, as well as in the description box. So be sure to check it out if you would like to try out our product. So y'all, I actually just finished filming another video about Lewis. If you see, I have on the same exact outfit. Me and Lewis got a lot of story time, but we go way back to way back. Anyways, okay, so today this story time is about the time. It's actually not about Lewis. It's about his daddy. Okay, this is about the time I had to put a restraining order on Lewis's dad. Y'all, so I'm fresh out of college, right? Fresh out of college, 22 years old, and y'all know, like, personally, I'm a lit, fine millennial teacher. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there. Personally, you know what I'm saying? I'm not an average teacher. I'm not a regular teacher, baby. I'm a cool teacher. I'm a fine teacher. I'm a pretty teacher. Not to my own horn, but baby, it is what it is, okay? You gotta give yourself some roses sometimes. So I understand that, and I know that I'm not like a typical student. Actually, every school that I went to, I was always the youngest teacher. But at this one particular school, like, it was more older people. I think the closest person to my age was like 32 or something, and I'm 22 years old. Anywho, so let's go back to Meet the Teacher Night, y'all. This story is such a long story, and so much that happened that I truly don't even know if I want to go into details about every single thing. I may just hit like 3 of the main points. It was a lot of things that happened that led up to this, but I'm gonna just shorten it down to y'all so that y'all can get the gist. Let's go back to Meet the Teacher Night, which is initially when I met the freaking Lewis's dad. So Lewis's dad and their mom, they're not together. I don't know what to say about their relationship, but they weren't together. So I think she had to work, so she didn't come to Meet the Teacher Night. He actually brought Lewis to Meet the Teacher Night, and I got weird vibes from him the very first night we met. He came into the class, and just to give y'all a like visual, Lewis's dad is about 30, I think he was like 35 or 36, something like that. And he came and brought Lewis to the class, to Meet the Teacher Night, which, whatever. He came, he was like, are you the teacher? And I'm like, here we go, because y'all, when I tell you I got that all the time, like the principal and other teachers have mistaken me for kids. Especially when I went like directly to teach high school after college. It was, yeah. But anyways, he was like, are you the teacher? I'm like, yeah, I'm the teacher. He was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. He was like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm old enough. I just graduated college, so that's, you know. And then he was like, oh, are you single? He didn't introduce himself. He didn't introduce his kids. As soon as he walked in the door, he said, are you the teacher? And I said, I didn't even answer. I was like, and I just kind of brushed it off, and I said, is this your kid? And he was like, yeah, this is Lewis. I'm his dad. If you have any problems, you know, make sure you let me know. I was like, and then he was like, his mom, she'll be here most of the time. She's just at work today, so I brought him so he could meet the teacher. He could meet his teachers. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He complimented. He was like, you're very beautiful. Are you single? He asked me that again, and I was just like, thank you. And I left it at that. And he was like, all right, you ain't gotta answer me, but I'm gonna find out. And so after that, you know, after that, there was our introduction. I talked to Lewis for a couple of minutes, and, you know, he was like, if you have any problems, let me know, whatever. That was our very first encounter. The next time was when we have this thing, which I don't really know how it was this app to communicate with parents. I forget what the name is called, but somehow Lewis's dad got my number from the app. Well, no, he didn't get my number. Okay, within the app, teachers can parents can personally message the teacher, right? So he personally messaged me and he asked me, he was like, are you single? And I was just like, I'm not interested right now, I'm just focused on my career. Left it there. He was like, can I take you out? Literally, and I wish I had the messages, but once I quit teaching, I deleted everything teacher related. He was like, can I take you out? And I was like, no, I don't really want to date right now. First of all, if y'all know me, I don't date men with kids, period. Okay, especially at no 22, baby. I ain't got no kids in my I ain't got my own kid. What I look like being a stepmother? Are you dumb? That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. No, hell no. Even at 25, I'm 25 years old right now. I'm not settling for nothing like that. I know God has the man in my dreams somewhere somewhere out here. So I'm not gonna settle. I'm not settling at all. I'm not being nobody's stepmom. If I want to have kids, I'm gonna lay down and have my own kids, and that's on period. I don't want to deal with that or what comes with it. I'm good. So off top, I was already like, you know, I've seen some fine. When I say I've seen some fine, I've seen some fine dads. Okay, fine, but I'm just not I'm just like not attracted to men who have kids. Period. Okay, I don't want that for myself. So he's texting me in this freaking app, and it gets uncomfortable to the point where I stop replying. And I tell my teacher bestie, I think she was older than me. I think she was like maybe 33, 34 years old. I ended up telling her, I'm like, hey, this one kid's dude, he keeps harassing me. And she was like, who is? I told her it was Lewis's dad, and she was like, girl, he tried the same thing with me last year, a couple years ago when she had Lewis in his class. And I was like, oh gosh, here we go. One day, I got some flowers delivered to class. Like, after he took it there, I blocked him on the little Remind app. Was it Remind? I don't know what the name of the tool is that we use, but I blocked him so that he couldn't personally message me. I can only message him regarding his kid. Like, he could not message me any longer. So, because I was very uncomfortable. So one day, I had some flowers delivered to my room with a note that said, you didn't have to block me, love. Have a great day, beautiful, or something. And I was very creeped out. He signed his name on there, and we're gonna just call him Stan. Like, I don't want to say Stan. Stan is my uncle's name. Nate. We'll call him Nate. So I got the flowers and I read it and I threw it away. He came to get Lewis that same day and he was like, did you get the flowers? And I was like, yes, but please don't send me things. And then he got rowdy with me at that point. I remember he was like, I can do it. You don't tell me what to do. If I want to send you flowers, I'll send you flowers. You better be fucking not. You better be glad I'm fucking nice to your ass. Like, he flipped this freaking scoop. What you call it? Flipped the script so fast. He got like angry, and this was when I was at car line or car rider duty, whatever the frick it's called. I was so embarrassed. I was so upset because it's like, you can't get mad because I don't want the passes that you're advancing, like, you're taking on me. So I went that same day after the after the cars left, after all the students were gone. I went to talk to the principal and I was like, okay, I'm very uncomfortable with this parent. Like, he's making me feel uncomfortable. This is what he said to me. This is what he did to me. He keeps making passes and they're unwanted. And a while ago, he just made me feel very uncomfortable, you know, trying to deny his thing. And to me, y'all have seen the stories of people, like women getting killed because of crazy motherfuckers, like, they reject and they end up shooting them or killing them or doing something weird just because they don't know how to take rejection. So I was more so afraid of that because people be crazy. People crazy. Period. People are crazy. You never know what's on their mental, especially the way he just flipped out. So I went to let her know. I was like, is there something that we can do? Maybe move Lewis out my class. I feel very, very, very uncomfortable. She was like, no, we can't move him out of your class. I have a talk with them to see what I can do, but she never had to talk. She never had to talk. So I kept going through these things repetitively with Lewis's dad until it was this one day in particular. This one day he came to the school, and I think it was like awards day. And it was awards day. After the day, okay, after we had gotten into it, and I was like, you know, after he cussed me out for me not telling him not to send me anything anymore. It was a couple weeks ago, I mean a couple weeks after we had awards day. I didn't talk to him for a few weeks. He left me alone for, I'd say it was about 4 to 5 weeks after. The parents come, and Lewis's mom, she doesn't come. Guess who fucking comes? Him. Which I don't want y'all to think that he has an absent mom. Like, his mom came to certain things, of course, but she just didn't come to awards day. Hey, I remember I had on a what do you call it? A sundress. It was like a sundress with a little blazer type thing. Not a blazer, but a cardigan type thing on. And after awards day, after we gave the kids the awards, he randomly walked up behind me, and I didn't know he was behind me until this happened. But I'm standing there like this, right? I'm standing there talking to I was actually talking to another parent. So I'm like this, right? I have on a sundress, and he comes behind me. He was like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" And I turned the fuck around, and I swear it took everything in me not to slap the fuck out of him. Because one thing about it, I'm a fight. Especially if I feel disrespected or like, don't touch me, my ass. So I turn around and I'm like, I move his hand. I was like, yeah, don't touch me. I tell him, don't touch me. And he like laughs it off and he walks away. And the parent I was talking to, she was like, who was that? And I was just like, oh, it's another kid's parent or whatever. And she was like, and she asked if we were, I remember she asked if we were dating. My camera's about to die. She asked if we were dating. I was like, no, we're not dating or whatever. And in that moment, I felt like so harassed. And that was one of the breaking points. That was one of the breaking points. I'm not going to go into the other things because they're super, I'm just not going to go into it. But him groping me, touching my butt, and then laughing about it when he seen that I was uncomfortable was the straw for me. So I ended up, I saw that when I went to the principal, she didn't do anything. So I ended up going to the school board the next morning. I called in to work. I went home to sleep on it to make sure I wasn't overreacting. I was like, okay, maybe I'm tripping, or maybe he didn't mean it that way. But I'm like, all the passes he's made and all the times I've asked him to politely stop and like just keep things professional, and he's persisting. I had to do something. I had to, like, because ain't nobody got you like you got you. Ain't nobody gonna stand up for you like you gonna stand up for yourself. So I ended up going to file a complaint at central office on the parent. And when I say restraining order, I didn't go to the police, y'all. Like, it wasn't that deep to me. I didn't go to the police, but I went to the school board and I was like, okay, I don't feel comfortable around him. He's touched me in, you know, in places that I just shouldn't be touched, especially by a parent or someone that I'm, you know, I just feel very uncomfortable. And so they were shocked. They were very supportive. And so I wrote up it's kind of like a grievance, but I don't know what it's called when you do it towards a parent. But I wrote it up and talked about the harassment, and I gave it to them, and they were like, okay, we got it from here. And I never seen him again. I never seen him again. I think what they did was they told him that he was, I don't know what they, I don't want to lie, y'all. I don't want to lie and say that they told him he couldn't come back to the school, but I told them that I was threatening to press charges. I was threatening to press charges, and so they told him that, and they sat down and had a meeting, and he left me alone completely. So I was super grateful for that. Y'all, if y'all have parents or anybody out there that is doing things or making advances towards you that are unwanted, please let somebody know. Please let somebody know, because it's not okay. So yeah, that's what happened, and I never talked to him again. I've seen him, like, he came to the school, but he didn't talk to me. He didn't look my way. I don't think he didn't. So super grateful for that. Please be sure to comment down below what other videos you would like to see, if you'd like to see more teacher story times or vlogs. So yeah, y'all, it was a crazy experience. It's just like the audacity that people have. Like, people literally have the fucking audacity. That's what I don't get. I just would never. And he was a creep. He was just one of those parents, and I'm just super grateful that I told them people, because the principal, it would have continued, and ain't no telling what he would have done to me. You know, so I saw they wouldn't get anywhere, and she actually got in trouble too, the principal, for not reporting the incident. Because I told them, I told her, you know, everything that happened. I didn't tell her about the harassment, so she didn't get in too much trouble. But I told her about everything else, and they was like, okay, we'll talk to her and see what's going on. And actually, she came to me and she was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that it was to this extent. I didn't know he was harassing you in this way, and I apologize. I should have did something sooner. I was like, okay, whatever. So sometimes you got to go above the principal's head, you know, to make sure that you straight, make sure that you're good. And that's okay. That's okay, because at the end of the day, they got them and you got to have you. And let's just sit on that. Ain't nobody gonna have you like you. Yeah, I was very strange, and I never told his mom because I didn't think I should. Like, she know how he is, I'm pretty sure, which is probably why they're not together. But maybe he did tell her, because I don't know, because much as me and her got into it, baby, he had to tell her. He might have told her something. I don't know, because me and her, we stayed into it so freaking much. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, that's the freaking story time. I don't know why I dragged it. I ain't gonna say restraining order, but yeah, I definitely got, I got my point across, because don't fuck with me, period. You gonna come grab my, are you serious? He came and grabbed my butt, y'all. Like he was close enough to my, I ain't gonna even hold y'all up. He was close enough to my cooch. Man comes and grabs all my butt. As I always say, you could have been anywhere but you chose to be with me. For that, I thank you. Always remember to take it easy and love yours, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.